It was a cold October night at London Heathrow Airport. The departure hall buzzed with announcements. Yet outside, the sky was unnaturally silent. Flight LX-307 was ready for takeoff to New York. Among the passengers was Clara, a 22-year-old student. She sat by the window, scribbling nervously in her journal. Tonight, the moon looks different, like it's watching us. The plane roared down the runway, engines shaking the ground, and soon lifted into the night sky. The passengers settled, some drifting into sleep, but Clara couldn't take her eyes off the heavens. The full moon looked closer than ever before. An hour into the flight, the plane jolted. A few passengers gasped. Then the captain's voice echoed through the speakers, strained yet calm. "Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. We're experiencing unusual atmospheric activity." Clara leaned toward her window. She froze. Shooting stars streaked across the sky, but they weren't burning out. Instead, each one curved unnaturally, redirecting toward the aircraft. One star slammed close, exploding in a fiery burst. The fuselage rattled violently. Children screamed. Luggage tumbled from overhead bins. Clara whispered, pale-faced, "This isn't natural. They're coming for us." The passenger beside her murmured with trembling lips, "God have mercy." Suddenly, the cabin lights went out. Darkness swallowed everything. Only the moon's glow remained, spilling eerily through windows. But this moon was no longer serene. It was swollen, reddish, alive. Its crater shifted like eyes, staring directly at the plane. A woman cried out, "We're not flying! Something is pulling us!" At the rear of the aircraft, a child screamed. People turned and froze. Through the window, a shadow was peering in, its arms impossibly long, its face hollow, featureless. The silence that followed was worse than the screams. Another explosion ripped through the fuselage. The side of the aircraft tore open. Dozens of passengers were sucked into the void, but instead of drifting away, they were drawn upward toward the moon. Their bodies didn't shatter, they ignited, dissolving into streams of glowing mist. Clara lost her grip. With a violent jerk, she was flung out of the cabin into the abyss. She plummeted through the void until her body crashed against a blazing red star. Its surface scorched, but somehow held her. And then she heard it. Low whispers echoing from within the star. Figures emerged, crawling out of the molten light. Creatures forged of fire and smoke, their jaws split wide with rows of glowing teeth. They circled her, hissing with delight. One leaned close, its coal red eyes blazing, and whispered, "The plane belongs to the moon, but you are ours." Clara tried to scream, but the vacuum smothered her voice. The creatures dragged her down, pressing her into the burning surface. Her body convulsed, her form disintegrating into smoke, which spiraled upward, absorbed by the gaping shadow of the moon. The plane was now inches from the lunar surface. The ground of the moon split open, revealing thousands of pale, skeletal hands stretching outward. They clawed into the fuselage, dragging the remaining passengers into the abyss. In the cockpit, the captain slumped in his chair. His eyes bulged, glowing threads stretching from them into the heavens, connecting him to the moon. His broken voice cracked through the intercom one last time. "These are not stars. It's feeding time." And then the plane was gone.
swallowed whole. By dawn, news reports filled the world. Flight LX-307 vanished over the Atlantic. No wreckage was ever recovered, no survivors found. But on nights of the full moon, Scottish radio operators swear they intercept a faint, trembling signal. "Help us! We're still inside."